So the Kenyan economy sahi ina break all my understanding about everything I ever learned about economics. So ukiangalia for the last like 2 years, dollar to Kenya shilling imekuwa ikitrend at around 129 Kenya shillings. Na hiyo imekuwa something ambayo imekuwa constant almost for that whole period, which is a little bit odd because the dollar ilikuwa ina strengthen, kuna all these external forces ambazo lazima zingia force the dollar to the Kenya shilling to shift. Lakini ile kitu imekuwa strangest, I was like okay, there was talks about that the CBK ya Kenya ina defend the Kenya shilling, lakini as time has gone by niko like that notion bado inaendelea ku make no sense to me, because ukiangalia zile dollar reserves tuko nazo na ukiangalia zile external pressures ambazo tunafaa kuwa tunalipa either in terms of debt na our balance of payment na all the things ambazo tunafaa kununua from abroad, seme like all the things we have to purchase, oil being one of the biggest purchases from abroad. Nilikuwa nadhani that the dollar ama the Kenya shilling itakuwa weaken sana against major currencies kama the dollar, but that has not happened. So ile kitu ilini throw off kabisa ni when the dollar to the Kenya shilling in the last 2 months, si kumekuwa na all these wars ambazo zinaendelea in the Middle East na zina affect one of our biggest purchases which is oil. Lakini ile kitu ilikuwa so strange ni that the Kenya shilling to the dollar haija move 1 shilling ever since that crisis ianze ku happen. So hiyo kitu ikakuwa even more strange considering that Kenya ama oil ni one of our biggest purchases from abroad. So right now I don't really buy that notion that the Kenya shilling inadefendiwa na CBK peke, because I don't believe kuna reserves enough za kudefend the Kenya shilling against hizi external inflations ambazo zina ama external crises ambazo zina happen all over the world. So for me I think there could be other factors ambazo that are in play. So kuna one of the things ambazo mimi I think ambayo inaweza kuwa in play ni that Kenya as a geopolitical hub inakuwaga one of the places that to some extent lazima ikipiwe stable na external forces, na hiyo I think ndio one of the reasons maybe I would think of that I would say that hii ndio one of the reasons, so lazima wa prop up this economy. The next thing I would think ni that kuna ukiona like a lot of international agencies in lazima zi set up in Kenya, and to some extent they would probably need the stability that ambayo ina come with being set up in a certain country, especially an African country. The next thing I think would be that kuna hii saying ambayo inasemangwa that if you owe the bank 1 million shillings then you are going to be in trouble, but if you owe the bank 100 million shillings then the bank is in trouble. I think what could be possibly happening, and hizi ni all the speculations tuna go through, one of the things ambazo inaweza kuwa ni that all these countries that we owe money lazima zi prop up Kenya because we owe so much money. Last time I checked ni almost 12 trillion Kenya shillings. If that bottom were to come out, unaona like kwa all the countries ambazo zilikuwa kuna all this talk about Kenya haiku default on its debt. I think the reason why a lot of countries hawangia let Kenya default ni the mere amount of money that is owed by a country like Kenya. I would like to check the statistics, but I don't know kama Kenya ilikuwa one of the countries ambazo ina owe the most, ama is there any country ambayo ilikuwa na more debt ambayo ili allowiwa ku default. So I think there might be a concerted effort ya ku keep the ship afloat, ndio all those international agencies ama all that foreign capital isikuwe imeduiwa away with. So hii ni some of the speculations ambazo someone ana go through kujaribu kufikiria what could be happening. The last thing ambayo ni like an implication of this whole matter inaweza kuwa that especially moving forward, kama we ni an investor ama we ni like a trader, like lazima factor in some of these things, because like kuna certain factors that are beyond kenye we unaweza ona. So unaona kwa most trading ama nini, kuna mtu kuna concept inasemango of asymmetry of information. Hiyo inamaanisha that someone knows something that you don't really know about the market, na most of the time inakuaga from someone ambaye akona either insider knowledge that is not really public. So hiyo ndio my whole thinking, that sai you can't, hauwezi make any good predictions ama hauwezi make any country plans about Kenya because haujui ni the factors keeping the economy ama the society afloat. Some of these things zinaweza kuwa ziko machinations zake huwezi elewa, na kama mimi sielewi, I think most investors wanaweza kuwa like they don't want to invest in a place where hawajui nini na happen ama the information ambayo inaputiwa out if they can trust it. So hiyo ndio imekuwa one of my thinkings, especially moving forward. It's kind of we are in kind of a situation whereby you can't really trust the information that is being put out. Most of the economic factors ambazo zimekuwa zikiputiwa out, you can't really trust them ama they are quite questionable. So anyway, hiyo ndio my thoughts of the week, especially moving forward. Asanteni.